So welcome to the class of strategic management. Today's class is in line with the previous class in which we had discussed vision and all. And now we'll be discussing moving on further, starting with the mission. See, vision, we discussed vision is forward looking, in which we decide what the company should be in future. But mission is when we are talking about what company is, what our business is right now. What it is doing right now. That is the present thing. So Thompson has given a definition of mission as the essential purpose of the organization concerning particularly why it is in existence, the nature of the business it is in, and the customers it seeks to serve and satisfy. So that means it decides what business we are doing, why it is existing, and what kind of activities, which satisfaction, which need it wants to satisfy. So it is basically a relation with the society and the customer's need. That mission will decide that your business has been established to cater the needs, to cater this particular need of the customer, right? And then Hunger and Whelan have given another definition saying that mission is the purpose or reason for the organization's existence, because this is very basic. Why our business is existing, what basically it is doing, and what it is contributing to the society. That is your mission. Now have a look at some of the statements. BHEL, the same we had taken vision also for the Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, to be a leading engineering enterprise providing quality systems, goods and services in the field of energy, transportation, industry, infrastructure and other potential areas. So they are existing as a leader in providing the engineering services. Ranbaxy, I guess you must be aware of, it is a pharmaceutical company, to become a research-based international pharma company. So they are focusing on the research area of their organization, that they keep on doing research and development so that new and new medicines and new drugs can be invented. UTI is the bank here, to keep the common man in sharper focus to encourage savings and investment habits among them. So they believe that you should keep on focusing the common man so that they keep on saving and investing. Now coming to the characteristics of mission statements. First one is it should be feasible. It should be feasible means everybody aims high. सबके बड़े-बड़े aims होते हैं, but those aims should not be impossible. Those should be, you should be able to achieve them. If you are just making, castle of sand, there is no point in that. It should be feasible. It should be within your reach. You should be able to achieve it. Next is it should be precise. Precise in the sense it should be able to streamline the narrow activities of the organization. Otherwise कोई उसमें स्ट्रीमलाइन किया ही नहीं है एक्टिविटीज को, तो सब कुछ हो रहा है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सब कुछ चल रहा है, organization itself it will become meaningless. So it has to be precise. Precise means brief, clear cut. It should be clear in the sense it should be clear enough कि जो आपको motivate so that it leads you to do the activity. No, you should be knowing, it should be so clear that once you have done this, next step should be this, then further next step should be taken this, right? It should be so clearly, and it should be directing you. Next, it should be motivating you. That means it should be pulling you towards it. Next is it should be distinctive. Distinctive in the sense it should be different and unique from the existing one. It should not be such that जो बाकी companies का exist कर रहा है आपने same उठाया, copy किया and उसके बाद हो गया, right? It should not be such. It has to be different from the existing ones, because if it is the same it will not have any impact. So to make a difference, see all the two manufacturing wheelers, if they are focusing only on the low cost, like Bajaj had started with a value for money two-wheeler, so that was the distinctiveness. अब it could outstand from the competitors. Then fashion, then appeal, then girls factor, feminine factor, many things were introduced just to make it outstand from the existing one. So it has to be distinctive from the others. Next one is it should include major components of strategy. Obviously it has to go align with the strategy, because mission and strategies, these are everything actually we are doing to achieve the strategic intent only, because all these are part of that. So that purpose, whatever, it should indicate that what strategy is to be adopted, and what strategy we have adopted, that should be ultimately leading you towards your mission. Next is it should indicate how objectives are to be accomplished, because these are the actually what things are happening. So it has to indicate you that what short term, then next level, then further next level objectives, how it is to be achieved. That first these tasks of activities, these sequence of activities are to be finished. After that, this another set of activities has to be started, right? So in this way, these are the some of the characters of the mission statement. So these features have to be there while framing the mission statement of an organization. Next comes your business definition. Now, what is business? Business is basically, if you see it from 3 point of views, who is being satisfied, what is being satisfied, and how that need is being satisfied. That is your business, because it tells what is our business, and then what it will be and what it should be, right? So that is your, this is how you define. If somebody is asking what is your business, what will you say? That what you are doing right now, and how you are doing it right now, and what you'll be doing after this. That is your kind of business. So 3 parameters. Customer group, if you see who is being satisfied, then you see customer function. From customers need, which need is being satisfied, that is what is being satisfied, कौन सी need को आप focus करके satisfy कर रहे हो. Then alternative technologies, and कौन सी technology, कौन सी functionality आप use कर रहे हो जो उस need को satisfy करने में help कर रही है, right? So business definition provides powerful insights into understanding and defining business. वो आपको business definition जो है, powerful insights means आपको इनपुट्स, उसके अंदर का एक बेसिक वो देती है नॉलेज, कि उसको अंडरस्टैंड करो कि बिजनेस को कैसे डिफाइन किया जाए. हेल्पफुल इन स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट इन मेनी वेज, indicates choice of objectives and helps in exercising best choice. So it also helps in strategic management because it helps कि आपको किस टाइप के objectives आपको choose करने हैं. Then a single business firm has a simple business definition. Company with several businesses have separate business development and business definition for each of its business. See, it is very simple. If your business is small scale business, only one single unit is running, so it is very easily it can be defined. But if you have a very large scale business, then it becomes little complicated. What will happen? Then you cannot define your business in 1 or 2 statements. For that, what will you do? जो different kind के business हैं, उनको different units के लिए you'll be defining it individually. So 3 dimensions provide scope for further activities and facilities understanding of company's performance area. So ये जो 3 parameter हमने लिए हैं, customer groups, customer functions, and alternative technologies, it helps in understanding business now also, and it also helps in understanding the performance area, कि किस area में company perform कर रही है. Each division of highly diversified company can have more accurate business definition at SBU level. So same thing we talked about, the strategic business unit level पे भी अगर diversified business है, तो every SBU level business definition is to be new or it has to be different. Business definition offers unique insights to companies operating in a competitive market where customer is an important stakeholder for the firm. So see, it has unique insights. एक अलग तरह का इनपुट आपको मिलता है टू कंपनीज ऑपरेटिंग इन कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट जो उसमें ऑपरेट कर रही हैं, वेयर कस्टमर इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेक होल्डर ऑफ द फर्म. सी अल्टीमेटली एवरी बिजनेस इज एग्जिस्टिंग, दे आर ट्रीटिंग कस्टमर एज देयर king or customer is the god. So the एक underlining theory है कि every business is existing just to satisfy the need of the customer, right? So it has to decide in competitive market कि आपको आप क्या परफॉर्म करोगे, क्या आपका एरिया होना चाहिए, क्या आपकी परफॉर्मेंस होनी चाहिए जिससे आप उनको वो कर रहे हो, सेटिस्फाई कर रहे हो. So these are three dimensions. We have taken an example of watch, wrist watch. First dimension is customer function. That means whether they are using that watch for utility purpose or for ornamental purpose. See, in the beginning when watches were invented, it was said that one watch is enough for you. You know, if somebody is having one watch, that would be enough. But now what is the scenario? They say ki nahi, one watch is not enough. You need to have you know, there should be recorder also, there should be a timer also, there should be your health fitness. You know, that's why smart watches have been introduced. So now another term has come, smartwatch, because it has many functions. So if those who are not having smartwatch, they prefer that one is just ornamental or party wear watch, another one is smartwatch, in which they can keep the record, they can attend their calls, they can keep the record of their health or fitness index. Next is alternative technologies. Alternative technology means which technology is best suitable for the company is using. Whether it is a mechanical watch, it is a quartz watch, or it is a analog watch, that depends, you know. And the third dimension is customer group. Which customer group you are targeting? So this will be defined by your business. Are you manufacturing kids watches or athlete watches or smart watches or ornamental ladies watches? So that depends. So these three dimensions will help you in defining the business. Now coming to the next topic, that is your business model. What is a business model? In generally, what do we do if our some friend has started some business, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? तो कैसे काम होता है आपके यहाँ पे, है ना, कि क्या बिजनेस मॉडल है आपका? बिजनेस मॉडल मीन कि आप लोग कैसे ऑपरेट करते हो, कैसे हो रहा है, कैसे सेल्स हो रही है, कैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही है, तो क्या प्रोसीजर रहता है, क्या एक्टिविटीज इन्वॉल्व रहती हैं, दैट इज योर बिजनेस मॉडल. बिजनेस मॉडल कुड बी डिफाइंड एज a representation of a firm's underlying core logic and strategic choices for creating and capturing value within a value network. That means कि आपका core logic क्या है, उसके बाद क्या आपकी strategies रहती है, कैसे आप create कर रहे हो और कैसे उस value को आप capture कर रहे हो. तो networking क्या रहती है? Take for an example, Amazon. Amazon was the first one which came into this virtual business, right? They started just online. That time nobody had this clue that something like this can also be happened or can also be done. So that virtual model, that is Amazon model. If you think about Walmart, so retailing, you know, these retail outlets, it was their business model. And it is also possible that in same industry, different companies have different business models. It is said that Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, it is still believing, it is still adopting the traditional fixed time, fixed wages system. But although the competitors of TCS, Wipro and Infosys, they believe in ongoing wages system. They are paying to their laborers as much as for as many hours they have worked. अगर उन्होंने 2 घंटे काम किया तो उसको उसकी पेमेंट कर रहे हैं, 4 घंटे किया उसकी पेमेंट किया, ऑन गोइंग बेसिस पे कर रहे हैं, राइट. बट टीसीएस तो अभी भी उसी को फॉलो कर रहा है कि नहीं, यू हैव टू डू इट योर मंथली सैलरी और योर half month salary will be given to you. It is nothing called as ongoing salary. Now next topic is goals and objectives. What are goals? See, we started with vision. Vision is the broadest term. Then comes mission. Mission is, it comes under the category of vision. And then third one is goals and objectives. These goals and objectives, small objectives you set for every task. that objective is achieved, so it leads to your goals. Your goals are achieved, that leads to your mission. When mission is achieved, so company can achieve its, reach to its vision, what it wants to become in future, right? So goals denote what an organization hopes to accomplish in a future period of time. They represent the future state or outcome of effort put it now. That means they are showing that what do you want to accomplish in future, but those efforts are to be put right now at present. Objectives are the ends that the state specifically how the goals shall be achieved. They are concrete and specific in contrast to goals that are generalized. So your goals are your general goals of the company, but your objectives are very specific. These are your task based. Now further, if we see goals, what an organization hopes to achieve, accomplish in a future period of time, right? And objective ends that tell how goals shall be achieved. Define organization relationship with environment, helps organization to achieve vision and mission, provides basis for strategic decision making, and provides standard for performance appraisal. This is the difference between objectives and goals. Objectives are very concrete and specific. These are operational goals, you can say, but goals are generalized because those are related to the overall company, overall organization. Now, quantitative, measurable, and comparable. Objectives are quantified in nature. You can measure them and you can compare them, but your goals are qualitative in nature. Those cannot be quantified. Your objectives are short term, but your goals are long term. Organization translates its purpose into long term goals. Then what is the role of objectives? Objectives define the organization's relationship with its environment. This is the objective which will help you in establishing a relationship with the environment, कि कौन से environment में आपकी company exist कर रही है और आप फिर उन activities को कैसे उसके accordingly perform कर रहे हो. Objectives help an organization pursue its vision and mission. This is very much clear because objectives are the first step which we take towards the achievement of vision and mission. Objectives provide the basis for strategic decision making. On the basis of the small objectives, if your small objectives are only not getting achieved, then you need to take some strategic decisions. अपनी या तो strategies change करो या फिर कुछ और जो भी changes required हैं, you need to make those changes. Objectives provide the standards for performance appraisal. You set one objective, short term objective, फिर वो activity perform की गई, then you can compare it with that set objective. If it is as per the standard, as per the objective set, then it is well and good. Otherwise, you need to reassess the performance or you need to reassess the activities. Now here some of the characteristics of objectives. First, objective should be understandable. That means it should be so clear and so simple that everybody should be able to understand it. Next, objective should be concrete and specific. It has to be very specific, very particular to every task. Next, objective should be related to a time frame. Objectives are always time bound. It is not that something you leave it in vague, that okay, this is to be done, but no matter by what time you'll do it. No, the time has to be specified that by this time it has to be done. Next is objective should be measurable and controllable. You should be able to measure the objectives, whether first objective has been achieved or not, or 50% has been achieved, only 70% has been achieved, and 30% has been left. So you should be able to measure it. It should be challenging. It should be challenging in the sense कि वो इतना चैलेंजिंग, उसमें कुछ क्रिएटिव एंड कुछ इनोवेटिव होना चाहिए कि आपके एम्प्लॉइज को दे एंजॉय इट. यू नो कि पहले ऐसा कभी किया नहीं है, तो इस बार हमारा ये है कि पहले इस टास्क को हम लोग कंप्लीट करते थे 15 डेज में. दिस टाइम वी वांट टू फिनिश ऑफ दिस टास्क विद इन 10 days. So it should be challenging so that it keeps them motivating. Different objectives should correlate with each other. All the objectives, it should not be something that you know it is not making any sense. एक objective कुछ और ही बोल रहा है, एक objective second objective कुछ और बोल रहा है, third objective बिल्कुल different है. No, see, because all are intertwined, so it has to be, these are interlinked, so they should be complementing each other. Objectives should be set within constraints. Constraints are your limitations. It can be a time constraint, it can be a resource constraint, it can be a employee constraint. So you know, whatever the constraints are there, usko you have to consider that, and then you have to set your objectives. उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए हम objectives को set करते हैं, right? Then comes what are the issues in objective setting. First one is specificity. We are saying that objective should be very specific, but in what sense it should be specific? You know, many organizations have general objectives also, they have specific objectives also, they have functional objectives also, they have operational objectives also. So this specificity is not clear. What kind of you know, how it should be specific, because on different levels different objectives are there. So somewhere it is lacking in general. Next is multiplicity. Multiplicity means a number of performance areas are there. A variety of them are formulated to cover all aspects of functions in the organization. So there is not even one single objective. There are few objectives. So lower level के कुछ और हो रहे हैं. Multiplicity deals with different types of objectives with different organization levels. तो लेवल के हिसाब से भी मल्टीपल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हो रहे हैं. दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंस के हिसाब से भी अलग हो रहे हैं. Some are your primary objectives, some are your secondary objectives. Those which are very important, those are your primary objectives. Those which are of less importance, those become your secondary objectives. फिर मार्केटिंग फंक्शंस के हिसाब से हो रहे हैं. मार्केटिंग के अलग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, फाइनेंस के अलग हैं, राइट? एंड देन they are depending upon the nature also. Organizational objectives हैं या your personal objectives हैं, personal promoter के, entrepreneur के objectives हैं, वो कुछ और होते हैं, right? And then and also you can have a sales organization, so you can concentrate on sales, then you have sales objective. और अगर आपका मोटो ग्रोथ का था तो you can have growth objectives. So ये multiplicity जो है ना, it brings a little there is no universal system because of this multiplicity. The next is periodicity, because objectives are formulated for different time periods. कुछ long term है, कुछ short term है, तो short term की nature अलग है, और long term की अलग है, right? Next is your verifiability. Verifiability means, can you verify them? Is it possible for a manager to state the basis कि इस basis पे हम objectives को verify कर सकते हैं कि we have meaningfully we have achieved it or not? और अगर हमने achieve कर लिए हैं तो उसने कुछ meaningfully strategic management में कुछ contribute किया है नहीं, तो वो verification का, because all objectives cannot be quantified, and if you cannot quantify them, you cannot verify कि उसने कितना कंट्रीब्यूट किया और उसने एक्चुअली उसका कोई रोल रहा है या नहीं रहा है उसमें. नेक्स्ट इज रियलिटी. रियलिटी मीन्स इन रियल, it is a common observation if you see around in your organization, there are two sets of objectives, official and operative, right? Official objectives are those which the organization attains or wants to attain, while operative objectives are those which they seek to attain in reality. That means officially तो बस एक बार दिखाने के लिए है, these are in the papers कि we are working for these objectives and we want to attain these objectives, but actually काम किस पे हो रहा है? operative objectives पे, जो आपके task based और आपके function based है, right? So nobody is in a position to appreciate the difference between these two objectives, right? ओनली कि आप जो बता रहे हो उसके ऊपर काम कर रहे हो या एक्चुअली जो अचीव कर रहे हो उसके ऊपर काम कर रहे हो. नेक्स्ट इज योर क्वालिटी. Your objectives can be both. It can be good also, it can be bad also. In the sense, the quality of objective, how you are not able to judge the basis, the capability to provide a specific direction or a tangible basis for evaluating performance. If you are able to assess it properly, then it is a good objective, otherwise it is a bad objective. And what are the factors while setting up the objectives? These are some of the factors you take into consideration. First one is the forces in the environment. Obviously, environment, no, we do SWOT analysis and ETOP analysis. On that basis, then we set up the objectives. Next is realities of enterprise resources and internal power relationship. That means what actually the resources available in the enterprise and how internally, what is the power, that how strong internally your organization is, whether in terms of relationship or whether in terms of the resources. Next is the value system of the top executives. Value system in the sense, जो टॉप एग्जीक्यूटिव हैं, जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट आपकी है, वो किस वैल्यू नेटवर्क को फ्रेम कर रहे हैं, कि किसको बिलीव कर रहे हैं और किसको फॉलो करते हैं. कि जो वैल्यू सिस्टम है, दे कैन बी मेनी टाइम्स कि दे आर बिलीविंग कि हर टाइम कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन करके कुछ चले, या फिर हमारी कॉर्पोरेट की वैल्यू इंक्रीज होती रहे, या हम वैल्यूज पे ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं. सो दे आर मेनी एंगल्स टू इट, राइट. नेक्स्ट इज अवेयरनेस बाय द मैनेजमेंट. मैनेजमेंट कितनी अवेयर है. मैनेजमेंट, if it is totally aware and it is totally updated, then they know what are the changes are happening around them. They need to keep on adopting them. They have to adopt those changes. If your management is very laid back, कि उसे लग रहा है कि नहीं कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, जो हो रहा है बाद में देखेंगे, अभी चलते रहने दो, so let it go. तो वो डिपेंड करता है मैनेजमेंट को कितनी अवेयरनेस है, कितनी एक्टिव है मैनेजमेंट, राइट. सो दैट इज योर प्रोएक्टिवली वो कुछ डिसीजन ले रहे हैं, और कई कुछ लोग होते हैं कि वो होने के बाद भी वो डिसाइड नहीं कर पाते. So what happens for the strategic management objective setting? They said कि it was in 19 in Harvard Business School it was developed in 1900s. That balanced scorecard approach should be used while establishing or while setting your objectives. What this model talks about, it was given by Kaplan and Norton. They said कि स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट को, स्ट्रेटेजिक आपकी स्ट्रेटेजीज को ध्यान में रखते हुए फिर आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव सेट होने चाहिए, राइट. तो उस बैलेंस स्कोर कार्ड में दे हैव गिवन 4 एंगल्स, 4 पर्सपेक्टिव्स. फर्स्ट इज योर फाइनेंशियल पर्सपेक्टिव. दिस पर्सपेक्टिव कंसीडर्स द मेजर्स व्हिच अराइज फ्रॉम स्ट्रेटेजिक ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कि जैसे उनके रेवेन्यू, अर्निंग्स क्या है, रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल क्या है, कैश क्या है. So it measures all that. So एक financial perspective से you make your targets and you set your objectives. Then second one comes from customer's perspective. Customer perspective means कि आपकी how good, how much capable your organization is to provide good quality and service to the customers. उसके बाद उनकी डिलीवरी इफेक्टिव है नहीं है, ओवरऑल कस्टमर सेटिस्फेक्शन है या नहीं है. So these are your customer loyalty कितनी है. On that basis, you set your objectives and targets. Then the third angle is your internal business processes or internal business perspective, process perspective. That means internal business processes, these can be called as mechanism through which performance expectations are achieved. So internal business perspective provides data regarding कि आप कैसे measure करोगे कि आपके जो डेटा है कि कस्टमर एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या थी, आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उसको आइडेंटिफाई कर पाई नहीं कर पाई, प्रोडक्टिव इंडिसेस क्या कह रहे हैं, क्या प्रोडक्शन थी, कितनी एफिशिएंसी थी, क्या क्वालिटी मेजर्स थे. सो फॉर दैट पर्पस यू सेट योर ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड टारगेट. एंड द फोर्थ एंगल इज योर लर्निंग एंड इनोवेशन पर्सपेक्टिव. लर्निंग एंड इनोवेशन पर्सपेक्टिव सेज it focuses on the ability of the organization to manage the business long term and adapt the changes which are happening. So it focuses on the challenges which are happening outside, and then how your customers expectations and the responsibilities उनको कैसे लेना है, कौन सी न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, एम्प्लॉय टर्नओवर क्या है, कौन सी बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस है जो हमें वो करनी चाहिए. सो इट फोकसेस ऑन द चेंजिंग, कितना लर्नड बिहेवियर है आपकी टॉप मैनेजमेंट का, कितना फास्ट और कितना actively they want to adopt it or they want to make changes. So this is considered as the so far best model for setting up the objectives. There are some critical success factors and key performance indicators which should be taken care of. Critical success factors are crucial for organizational success. When strategists consciously look for such factors and take them into consideration for strategic management, they are likely to become more successful, putting in relatively less effort. These are critical success factors are those factors which play a vital role, you know, in the success of an organization. ये जो कुछ important area होते हैं, अगर उन पे पहले से ही काम करती है organization, so it helps them कि आप less effort डाल के भी you can achieve, you can taste the success very soon. So it can be like कि क्या हमें करना चाहिए, what we need to do in order to be successful, और कौन सा logic, क्या logic हमें practically उसके पीछे देखना चाहिए. So sometimes there are some very logical and key normal factors which you can adopt and which can help you in succeeding much faster than others. And the other ones are key performance indicators. Key performance indicators are nothing but these are the indicators which help you in evaluating your critical success factors. So उन success factors को कैसे evaluate करना है, those are your key performance indicators, right? So with this we finish our second chapter. I hope everything is clear. If you have some queries or doubts, you are free to ask.